Let's talk about Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. To me, there was never any question about who was one and who was two. But we got to see them compete at the Atlanta camp. We get to see them compete at the Five-Star Challenge. Remember, where the porta potties were good enough for Andrew Luck, so they were good enough for us, and we weren't allowed
I remember
access to
that.
the
Yeah.
we weren't allowed access to the bathroom to because I don't know, the Colts didn't trust us. So that was the famous speech. Andrew Luck uses that porta potty. You're lucky to use it yourself. But they came down to the wire in that 7-on-7 tournament. Justin Fields winning it with a pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown, but Trevor Lawrence taking the MVP, and Justin was still ticked off about it a couple of years later when Woody Womack interviewed him. I forget where. Now they're both first rounders in the same draft. Should have been 1-2, but 1-11. What do you remember about those two guys?
Yeah, I remember it being close, and I always felt Trevor had a little bit of an edge. I think people around Fields didn't necessarily feel that, and we had heard that a few times that Justin Fields was going to be the better player. Trevor was just so special and so mature as like a high school sophomore, junior. You just kind of felt that he was destined for being number one, pick. Amazing that he didn't win a Heisman Trophy. Just a phenomenal kid who really looked good everywhere, except he wasn't great at the Army Bowl the year that we saw him. And that was the year where JT Daniels was very good out there. And he's obviously still in college and not a first round draft pick. Justin Fields was a very, very talented quarterback. I'm not taking a thing away from him, but we're talking about possibly one of the better quarterbacks. Definitely the best quarterback I would say in the Rivals era for sure. I don't think there's any question about it. Incredibly special year for Trevor Lawrence. It just so happened that another very talented quarterback in Justin Fields was in the same class.
Yeah, and the things, let's see, the things that stand out to me, other than Fields being upset he didn't win the MVP in the Five-Star Challenge, which speaks to his competitive nature, which I liked.